I'm Lovina, and today, Thursday, August 17, 2017 is a special day because today is coinciding with Indonesian Independence Day. So, in this special day, I'm here with Professor Augustine, who is one of professor in Department of Physics, National Central University, and I've known him since 2 years because he is kind of a person who has a big influence for me during my master's study in Department of Physics, National Central University. And in this special opportunity, I want to thank him because it's kind of my such honor to have an opportunity to have an interview session with him. And also in this opportunity, I would like to know him more. And also in this opportunity, I want to ask him about his opinion about international students, especially for those who want to study in Taiwan. So for now, I want to please Professor Augustine to introduce himself first.
Okay, yeah. My name is Augustine Chen. Yeah. I've been faculty of the NCU University for about 25 years in the physics department. I received my bachelor degree in Taiwan, and then I went to the United States to continue my study in energy physics and received a master's degree and PhD from the Syracuse University. Then after that, I continue another 1 year of postdoc at the Fermi Lab. Then returned to Taiwan, and after returning to Taiwan, I received some very unique opportunity to join the big experiment at Chen, Europe. Okay. So I stayed there in Switzerland for about 2 years. Okay. At the same time, I started the first experimental hydrogen physics in Taiwan. And luckily receiving the government support. So we have a chance to cooperate with the company in Taiwan. They call it E3. Okay, it's a government support to the research institute. We're working on the silicon detectors. Okay. So we experimental hydrogen physics. We study the basic of the physics. Okay. Yeah. Comparison of this one and this one. You can see the difference between here to start.
Right.
Okay, this is a vector measure, and this is pseudoscalar. So you can compare the ratio between them. Okay. So I compare the how to produce it, any difference or not. It's this kind of effect, their production. Okay. Because everything was the same. I think the condition is the same.
So it means that right now you are trying to understand what is the probability for its kind of the product, right?
That's right. Yeah. And this is how the nature they become this product.
And later on, what is the application after you know everything, the detail about this?
We will push the attention to explain this one to us.
Okay.
Okay. But no, actually, it's what we want is to try to understand how the nature works.
Okay. So okay, I see.
Okay. Not the simple E equal to mc squared. No. Really much deeper. So I explained the how we study the how particle being created, which one is related to the formula we used to explain. We call it E equal to mc squared.
Yes.
Okay. But they were only formula. Okay. Now we have an experiment to study more detail how matter being created by energy. Okay. And the other part of my research is the we working with the hospital. Okay, it's sort of a little bit unconventional because we are spending quite a money and the manpower in detectors. Okay, then we think about what can we do to the society by using this kind of detectors. About 10 years ago, we started to working with a local hospital called Chen Memorial Hospital because they want to study their proton therapy. So we started to think about how detector can help them. Okay. So after this 10 years cooperation, I think we are doing quite well. Okay. our detector can be used in hospital, and I think we are doing the second generation now. Okay, and the other one, more important one, is the high energy physics and the simulation code. Okay, we call it Giant 4, and this one is quite useful for the hospital as well. Okay, so I think Lovina, you did quite a lot of the simulation. Okay, yeah, I think they can contribute to the hospital as well. Okay, so recently we tried to form a national particle therapy research center in Taiwan. Okay, and I think the hospital after collaborate with us. Okay, and more hospitals have to join with us. Okay, so we are looking forward this kind of opportunity to have this kind of national center. Okay.
Yeah, so after we heard about a lot of experience and also research study of Professor Augustine, it kind of bring us have some idea what we should do, especially for us, the international students. And right now, I'm going to ask him about his opinion about the international student in Taiwan. Because right now, we as the international student from Indonesia, maybe when we want to come to Taiwan, and we want to know why we should choose Taiwan to study.
Okay, yeah. As I said before, I myself was an international student. Okay, I was staying in the United States for 10 years. Okay, and later I spent 2 years in Europe. But that time it's not student. But it's I think the same for the international students. Okay, usually you will have a so-called cultural shock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and. If you for the short-term visit, maybe this kind of cultural shock is not so deep. But after you receiving 2 years education in a foreign institute, okay, I think they have a more profound and more deep influence on you. Okay, so if you want to choose between Taiwan and the United States or other countries, I think it's about the same level. So in principle, I will encourage the student, even the domestic student or international student. Okay, if you want to study, I encourage them to study abroad. Okay, because they will widen your horizon. Okay, yeah. But be careful. You have to choose. It's better to choose in some university in the middle or high level of university. Okay, you don't want to just some students will just looking forward degree. Okay, so they're choosing the easy way. Okay, to choosing some random choosing some easy to get degree. Okay, but personally I will not encourage this kind of things. Okay.
Okay, so in this thing, so I may ask you where we choose NCU. Where we should choose NCU, because right now we are in National Central University. And may I ask you about how long have you been a teacher and why you prefer to be a teacher instead of the research, pure research?
Yeah. NCU I think is within the top 10 in Taiwan.
Yes.
Okay, but it's not the top of all, how many in the world. Okay, yeah. But when I was in the United States, I had chance to, the research is not the top in the United States, but my research has been carried out at Cornell University. So I spent quite a lot of time at Cornell University and the national laboratory as well. Okay. So I have a deeper feeling about it. It's all depend on the person yourself. Okay, yeah. The environment can help you. Okay, yeah. So that's so I choose to join the NCU because the environment by that time, and they have an opening for me, and I was more free to do what I want to do. Okay, and personally, I'm more interested in research, but as a faculty, I have a teaching duty. Okay, that's the situation right now. Even now, it's about the same. Okay, so you're asking about the.
How long have you been a teacher in NCU?
About 25 years.
Oh, 25 years, so
Yeah.
kind of.
Well,
Yes.
well, actually, I already supposed to be retired, but now I'm extending the because I want to just as I mentioned about, I want to establish the National Particle Therapy Research Center. Okay.
And that's why I really admire him, because he really have a passion to do the research, and he always do everything with a very great spirit, so make everyone in this lab always in fire. So thank you, Professor.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Hope you stay in Taiwan is a quite happy one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm the happiest girl here, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe another thing is the international student may have things about the language barrier, especially in Taiwan, because we know that Taiwan is not a native English. So some of them, my friends, say that if we have to choose Taiwan, should we learn about Chinese, or how about the teaching's condition?
No, I think a similar one. Okay, yeah. I also learned about the story in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everywhere. Okay, yeah, every country. I think Japan and Taiwan, they are emphasizing the international students. Okay, so in Japan, I think that one is the Osaka University or which university I forgot. Okay, one Indian student was joined their PhD program. Okay, so the professor started to teach in graduate school in English. Okay, yeah, but unfortunately, the Japanese students they complain about they cannot understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so later on the professor gave up. Okay, so luckily you have the lecture note and so on and so on. So the student finished. The Indian student finished PhD degree. Okay, without learning Japanese. Okay, but professor using Japanese in the classroom. Okay. In Taiwan, the Ministry of Education they are trying to encourage professors, even some kind of the force the faculty must teach in English. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I think the similar situation happened in Taiwan because the domestic students sometimes they complain. Okay, they cannot understand. Yeah, and there's another reason I'm choosing the encouraging students to select a middle or middle high level of the university. Okay. And more important is that you're exposed to the environment. Okay. And the important for the higher degree, of course, you expect a degree, but more important one is the training. Okay, and the experience what you learn, because that's more important for you. Okay, you have the cultural shock is one part of it. Okay, and the other one is the environment, how they can encourage for your later on for the research or for work.
Another thing is maybe I want to ask you about what you holding right now. What are you holding right now?
Oh.
I mean this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I learned this one after I joined cooperation with the hospital. Okay. And this one, what you see now is a so-called break curve. Okay. So you can imagine why right now the hospital now are using the so-called photon therapy. Okay. So some of the Indonesia they are using copper 60, and some of them are using the gamma ray generated by LINAC. Okay, more advanced one. And we call it photon therapy. But this one is the proton therapy. Okay. So it's quite different. So when protons enter our body, they are losing energy. Okay. As they go in deeper and deeper, they are losing more and more energy. And about the end, they will give up all the energy and they stop. Okay. And the character of this kind of curve then we can, by controlling the energy of the protons, we can change the depths of the protons inside our body. Okay. Now, you can imagine your tumor is somewhere here, then you can control your energy to deliver the energy here, okay, deposit most of energy here or here. So it means we can, by controlling energy of the proton beam, we can deliver our energy, or we call it dose, precisely to the tumor. In comparison to the conventional photon, they will kill some health, the tissues. Okay. Yeah. So this is why I think right now it's one hospital in Taiwan they have photon therapy. Okay. So Lovina, you were there for about 1 year.
1 year.
Okay. Yeah.
I just about to finish it.
Okay. Yes.
before go back to home.
Yeah. So this is, I think, still more research related, okay, issue can be studied. But this I will say is a new modality for the radiotherapy. Okay. So I think maybe in the future in Indonesia, okay, you have radiotherapy.
So that's what I want to emphasize here, because as Professor Augustine said that it's kind of very promising to have the proton therapy to treat the cancer. And the ones that I know during my experience in the hospital, I learned everything about the tumor planning system, and especially for proton and photon, it's kind of opened my mind, because I can really do it by myself. And I want to thank Professor Augustine because he already encouraged me to have the interest in the hospital. Right now, Taiwan is one of the country in which is already have a proton center finished to be established and already treat the patient.
Here they have only 2 rooms available, okay, and 3 and 4 they join after 1 year. So the first year they have treated 400, and yesterday I was in Chang'an Hospital. They told me up to now they have 800 patients treated.
Wow, it's very big number of patients.
Well, for comparison, I think the similar proton therapy in Japan, they are National Cancer Center. Their typical one is about 300 patients 1 year.
Oh,
and Chang'an is now is about they are aiming for 800 patients this year, and next year could be more. The final target is about 1,600 per year.
It's about 3 times.
Yes.
Greater.
Yeah, they have a more. Okay. The other thing I want to add is the particle therapy. Okay, or proton therapy now. The machine becoming cheaper and cheaper.
Yes.
And becoming more affordable for more hospitals. Okay. And the Chang'an Memorial Hospital is a very unique one. They just demonstrate how efficient they can treat the patients effectively.
Yes. So it's really interesting, isn't it? And I think this is the end of our interview for today. And in short, I want to summarize our talk today, because we already know everything about Professor Augustine. Is kind of have another insight for us to have the spirit, or to open our mind to also pursue our higher degrees. But in fact, it depends on us, right? If you want to pursue your higher degree, it depends on you. But this is my way. This is my decision to pursue my higher degree in Taiwan, especially in NCU. And I really want to thank Professor Augustine, because he kind of have a very great support for me during my study in Department of Physics in NCU. And because of him as well, I have a lot of experience both in the university and also in the hospital, and it's really worth it for me once I go back to Indonesia. And I hope I really can continue it in Indonesia as well, because we are the young person of Indonesia. We should build our country, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think before this, I feel this is out of the question list. I want to ask him about his opinion about me, because I think he is the one who really knows me very well, because he is my main advisor. So sorry, this is beyond our list of the question.
That's correct. Yeah, you are the young and bright and brave. Okay. So I think you have a very bright future in front of you. Also, I think I will expect you have more contribution to the Indonesia. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yes. Yeah. So if you like, I think the hospital could be the medical visit should be one of the possibility. Yeah. You can do your contribution. Okay. So later on you can find if you need, I think hospital, Chang'an Hospital or the university, they can provide more assistance to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor. Okay, thank you for watching our video today, and we really hope that this video can give you kind of another insight about your higher study. But it really depends on you. But Professor Augustine encourage you to do that because we are the young people and we should have more experience and we have to explore ourselves. Thank you for today.
Okay.
Bye bye.